Now. Okay,
Now
we're live. My computer's
we're
chug.
live. We're on the air.
Yeah, exactly. My computer's chugging away. We're on the radio waves. Welcome to Joke Zero. This is the Great Depression, Part 2. No, not really, but sort of. Plus, everyone's getting sick. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah,
What
so
I think happened in the depression.
probably, but they just didn't
Not to
care
this
because they were
extent.
too hungry. Right, right.
Yeah.
I'm sure though a lot of people did get sick. Oops.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah. So today we're gonna do something a little different. We're gonna look for the perfect joke, the platonic ideal of a
Wait,
joke.
that sounds like what we normally do. Uh, for first time joke zeroers, which is what we call our viewers. That's what we do is we do look for the perfect joke or the platonic ideal of a joke,
Mm-hmm.
which is to say, a joke, when boiled down to its essential elements, represents everything that all other jokes could spring up from.
Yeah,
Right?
that I couldn't have said it better myself. Neither could
Wow.
Leslie Cena. And yeah, so I guess what I was doing is an April Fool.
Oh, so you got me.
I know. I didn't realize. I thought about that midway through when I was saying it. I was like, "Oh, this would be a good April Fool," and it was. It was a really perfect one, actually. So, you
What if we
got.
did an April Fool's where we just didn't read any jokes?
Mm-hmm.
We just, I don't know, read
Red
serious
truths.
stuff.
Yeah. Well, I guess comedy is based on truth or something. That's what I learned from Andy Dick, anyway. So,
Yeah. No
hmm
one's comedy is more full of truth than Andy Dick.
yeah, exactly right. So, we should get right into the big show. Um,
Yeah. So yeah, so we just like are reading jokes that we've written, seeing if one of them could be the perfect joke. Right?
hmm
That's the deal.
That's basically
Like,
it. Yeah.
yeah, like
So,
explaining the show as much as possible.
yeah. Then at the end of the show, we'll just decide which of our jokes we think is the most platonic of all of them. And then we'll have a
We don't
big.
want to date any of our jokes. Our
Right.
jokes are only
It's,
platonic.
you don't have those sort of feelings about these jokes. But,
Yeah.
yeah, so we'll do maybe like a big tournament and then decide which joke is joke zero, the essential, quintessential, and other essential joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, so should I start with a joke or do you want to start with a joke or
Oh, it doesn't matter to me.
okay. Well, I
I
guess
can
I'll
start, I
start
guess.
one. I mean it's probably I feel like it's rude to like ask someone else to start when. So I'll ask myself and I'll be rude to myself. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah. Um. Okay. Amid a global lockdown, the current global lockdown, Bob Wayton, the world's oldest man, will be celebrating his 112th birthday alone. When asked for comment, Wayton replied, "There's a what? A pandemic? Oh, in any event, please leave me the fuck alone." Yeah, I
That
don't know
guy
if
is
that's.
old and grumpy.
He's old and grumpy. Yeah. We don't usually say the F word, I think, on this show, but it just, I don't know, I wrote it into that one to really illustrate the grumpiness of Bob
Yeah.
Wayton. Yeah. In the
The
joke, I
censors
see.
are gonna have
Mm
See, the censors will have a field day with this show.
hmm. That's right.
Are we in a
Yeah.
10-second delay?
Right. Lenny.
I hope so.
We need Lenny Bruce to come on the show and really like sock it to him, and like
Yeah.
tell him all the things that why they're wrong and that
Yeah.
those words are not ugly and mean spirited, even though they are. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I have an alt pitch for that joke,
Uh-huh.
which is when reached for comment, the man said, "Get away from here! Don't you know there's a quarantine?"
Yeah, that's a good one too.
And you can use
Yeah.
that for literally any of these jokes.
Any of
Probably.
them. Yeah.
Any joke when someone is reached for comment, that
Mm-hmm.
could be the punchline.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a joke zero then.
Right? No, that it's kind of a very Letterman-esque sort of thing too, where it's like you keep doing it and then people eventually someone's gonna laugh at something.
they're just gonna laugh that he enjoys saying it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's almost like you kind of break yourself mentally and kind of go a little bit insane, and it's no longer about the meaning of the words, it's about the sound of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oprah Uma.
There you
Oprah.
go.
See, I like
Yeah.
that joke.
It's a
Or whatever
funny.
that was.
Yeah,
It's a joke.
yeah. No, he did a good job. He's the best Oscars host we've ever had. Maybe.
Yeah, no, that's accurate.
Yeah.
I read that he was asked to come back to host like the next year. He's like, no way.
He's like, no, that'll.
Oh, that happened last time, right?
Yeah, but he's like, that'll ruin my ongoing joke of me making fun of myself for it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, what else is going on?
Not a lot, really.
Oh man. Well, even during these weird times, celebrities have birthdays.
Still?
Still, as it turns out, MC Hammer recently celebrated his 58th birthday.
Nice.
So now when he sings "You Can't Touch This," he's referring to the remote while NCIS is on.
Yeah, no. I can see he wants to watch it. Who's on that show? Ice Cube, maybe?
Mark Harmon.
Yeah. Mark Harmon was his generation's Ice Cube, Ice-T, isn't he on one?
Polly Perrette. She just left the show, but Polly Perrette was on that show.
Wow, okay.
You know her, right?
No.
She had the highest Q rating of TV stars for a while.
Jeez.
You know Q rating?
Sort of. Is it like a clout rating?
It's like the percentage of out of everyone who has heard of you, it's a percentage of people who like you.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah. So Polly Perrette.
Polly Perrette. Everyone likes her. Everyone who knows to know her is to like her, as they say.
Yeah.
So gun rights activist Cody Wilson released blueprints for digital guns. Expressing significant concern is the ghosts from Pac-Man. They don't want to be shot by a digital gun, Or maybe the ducks from Duck Hunt maybe a better one, but...
They're already shot with a digital
gun. Right. So...
Maybe someone else. Ghosts are... You can't kill them with a gun.
No, I know. But I couldn't think of any...
There's some other...
Yeah. It's hard to get it perfectly right. Pac-Man is good in a lot of ways, just because it's very obvious and clear,
But it's Pac-Man.
Expressing concern is
Pac-Man.
But I don't know. Maybe it's I feel like
Or Mario.
Yeah, maybe. It's just hard. It seems like it should be easy, but it's hard. Sonic the Hedgehog. No, he's actually in the news these days. He's very.
Yeah.
He's honestly one of the key figures in the news these days.
That's all I hear about.
I know. Him and Dr. Fauci. He's always with doctors, Sonic, you know?
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, Dr. Robotnik, who people used
Yeah.
to call Dr. Eggman when to kind of dumb it down or something. And now Dr. Fauci, who I think is funny because everyone's like trusts him implicitly, you know? But it's like, who even is he? Like, what? Now we all love him or hate him or something, and I'm just like, it was one of those, like, as soon as I saw him, I'm like, oh god, I'm gonna have to see this guy forever now,
Yeah.
like, you know?
No.
Yeah.
Well, look. Speaking of doctors, this is how it worked. Radio host Dr. Demento turned 79 today. And it's a big day for Dr. Demento because he also got an offer from Trump to head the CDC. He's like, that's a doctor.
He's a doctor,
I want a
yeah.
doctor who's demented.
Right. Oh my gosh. What a buffoonish character, you know?
Trump, you mean?
Yeah,
Not
not.
Dr. Demento.
No,
What's
he has a
that
PhD, you know? Not much like Mr. Cooper. Okay, well, Marvel Comics has announced their candidates for a new Iron Man. A new Iron Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, the most popular choice thus far, a bottle of Purell. It's kind of dumb. It's kind of dumb, you know?
But it's very popular right now.
Right. It's a very sort of like cheap late night gag, you know, joke. It's like something popular.
What's in the news?
In the
Purell.
news, Purell. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
At least in 9/11 we got late night. Never mind. Okay.
Oh man. So this is a big story. Courtney Cox said she doesn't really remember what happened in any episodes of Friends. And also nobody in the entire world knows what happened on any episode of Joey.
Yeah. That's a good.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I watched probably 6 episodes of that show. I don't know what happened.
Right,
He
yeah.
got some auditions.
He went to California and then he
the
started
Premise.
yeah, and then he got a role on that show Episodes, I think, was the premise of the show.
Oh, is that? So it's not Matt LeBlanc on Episodes. It's Joey Tribbiani.
Right. There's a shortage of N95 masks that people want to wear. So people are trying to figure out like how to get N95 masks, but there aren't any left. But my 14-year-old self has a recommendation: N64 masks. It's just so dumb. It doesn't fully make sense, but it's kind of like a.
Would that be masks made out of N64s?
Yeah. And then you can play N64 or something. I don't know. I just liked N64, so I would have liked it to be called that. You know.
Yeah.
It's like when you're a kid, you know, you want your backpack to have like a character you like on it, even though it doesn't make any. You're like, oh, I want this one. It's like, why? It's still a backpack. It isn't that It isn't. You know, that Captain America or something. It's still a backpack. You know.
But it's a self-expression. You're saying, I'm a person who likes this thing.
Oh. I thought they were...
If you like this thing, we'll be friends.
Oh. I thought they thought that it was that.
You were a kid.
I don't know. I don't remember. I don't know. I think I was, though. Yeah.
Yeah. You might have been.
Probably.
Well, this was in
Yeah.
well, this was in the news.
Mm-hmm.
Bob Dylan has a new song about the assassination of JFK that's 17 minutes long.
Mm.
Uh, Meanwhile, Billy Joel's "We Didn't Start the Fire" covered the JFK assassination in under 10 seconds. So point Billy.
Mm. Point Billy. Right, exactly. Just get to the point. And also, yeah, just like get to the point, you know?
Get to the point.
Right.
Get to the point, Bobby. Point
Right.
Billy.
With Point Billy. Yeah.
Because Billy Joel said, JFK blown away. What else do I have to say?
Right.
And he's right.
Right. Exactly.
There's nothing else to say. We get it.
Right. Oliver Stone could have really cut back on that script substantially,
Yes.
you know?
Billy Joel should re-edit Oliver Stone's JFK.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, okay, bullet, you know, the trajectory of the bullet, the grassy knoll, you know, so-and-so, and all these characters, you know, but, okay, he got blown away.
Yeah.
Why does it matter, you know? Everything's fine. Book depository, schmook depository, really,
Yeah.
you know?
Exactly.
Right, exactly right. So Joe Biden, remember that guy? He's back.
Yeah.
He's back in the news. So Joe Biden, former Vice President Joe Biden, told Americans to prepare for remote voting in November, or for the college-age young people, remote posting for months about who you're voting for and who everyone else should vote for, then not bothering to actually cast a ballot in November.
Ooh.
Yeah. Like kind of a
Burn.
barb. Yeah, towards the young people, you know? They're just not responsible. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't like to vote.
No. But they really don't statistically, you know?
Yeah.
But you wouldn't think that. You'd think that they're all voting all the time, but then you look at the actual polls and it's like, yeah, we didn't actually go.
Yeah.
So
I mean, some are very passionate about voting.
yeah,
and they do
that's
vote.
true. Right. The
Others
nerdy
are
ones.
too busy on their N64s.
Right. Vaping, you know, catching Pokemons.
Right.
Yeah. So.
With their MySpace and their
Yeah. And the
stuff.
motorcycles, you know.
Yeah.
They're drag racing, you know, in the streets with
Yeah,
Ron
they're,
Howard. Yeah.
Their hoop on a stick.
Right. They're
That's
going,
right now.
yeah. They're going straight from, you know, school in 8th grade to working on the family farm, you know,
Right.
and then just doing that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyway, social distancing guidelines have been extended until the end of April by Donald Trump. However, there is no end in sight for the marriage distancing guidelines established by Melania Trump.
Whatever happened to her, you know? Yeah. Be best, more like be gone, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't really care, do you? Remember that, Jack?
Yeah, that was like so long ago. But
It's weird.
yeah, it's a funny jacket, you know. No, the Republican chairwoman said that President Donald Trump, is working around the clock to keep Americans safe. She continued, and when Trump works around the clock, he really works around the clock. He's fat. Isn't that what people make fun of him for? Whatever. Society's collapsing anyway. That's like the full joke of it, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
to all of that. Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, yeah.
He does. He works around.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
Due to his big fatness, right?
Yeah, that's the only thing I know about it.
Right.
Oh man, Florida. They have finally issued a stay-at-home order for the entire state. But residents can still leave home for essentials like food, toilet paper, and meth.
I was honestly about to say meth. So, yeah.
It was either meth or some sort of Tiger King reference, like
Right.
Pet Tigers or something.
Yeah.
But I have not watched that show yet, so I can't make any reference.
Yeah, I watched
So-
all until the last episode, and I was like, you know what? I'm alright. I was trying to figure out why it wasn't really working for me, and I think it's because I just don't like watching shows about people who really desperately want you to watch them, you know? Like,
Yeah.
to me, like, that's like, well, what's the point? You know, why? I'd rather. I wish they really were just super passionate about these animals and stuff. That might be more interesting, but they're all just. They obviously are just all weird, narcissistic weirdos who want you to look at them and just purposely do crazy stuff to get attention. So I'm like, that's just dumb.
Yeah.
But,
I'll
yeah.
probably watch the first episode just so I can know what's going on. But I don't
Right.
feel like I'll feel a need to keep watching.
I mean,
It's just
yeah.
horrible people being horrible.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, right. I understand what that's like.
I'll watch Barney Miller instead.
Yeah, he's not a horrible guy at all, you know?
Oh.
Whatever happened to that kind of a thing? So Israel faces challenges in fighting the coronavirus in their ultra-Orthodox communities. Their biggest hurdle? Stopping communities from using N95 masks made from pork. Not fully flushed out, you know? It's almost there.
Yeah.
Just too
Wouldn't
confusing.
they avoid pork regardless?
Right. That's part of it. So, yeah.
I don't know. Mask made out of matzah or.
Yeah. I think, I don't know. I think pork is fine. It just has to be contextualized a little differently. Like, stopping community. No. It would have to be like getting the pork out of the masks or something, you know? Or making sure they're not accepting N95 masks made of pork. I don't know, you know?
They can be made out of any material except for pork.
Right. Yeah. It probably should end on pork, you know?
Or yeah.
Yeah.
It's got a comedy case on at the end.
Exactly. You know what, what's his face, Mel Brooks said is like, he said the funniest word is chicken. But I'm like, I really don't think that's true.
No, it's got a soft ending.
Right.
2 syllables.
Right. Yeah, no, exactly right. 2 syllables is not funny. That's very sobering, you know?
It's like once you say chick, I know it's you're gonna say in.
Mm-hmm.
So you've already spoiled what the word is.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe like aardvark is kind of better, you know? Like, obviously
It's a hard sound.
it has to end a hard sound. And if it makes your mouth do something weird, like that helps, you know?
Yeah. Aardvark.
Exactly. Yeah, something like
Let me
that.
test that out. Can I test it out with a joke we've already heard?
Yeah.
Florida has finally issued a stay-at-home order for the entire state. But residents can still leave home for essentials like food, toilet paper, or an aardvark.
I think that's good. I think that's funny. It's funny because, I mean, to be fair, like, meth is funny, but it's like, you know, I mean, there's a reason why Norm Macdonald would always say crack, you know? He understood.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although
That
obviously,
should be renamed. Ends on a K sound.
yeah, Meth.
Mech.
Yeah, Matt or
Missile
Mac.
mech.
Yeah, that would be ideal for
Yeah.
the joke writers of the world.
Yes. Is it your turn?
That's it. I think it's your turn, maybe.
Well, we started talking about
If you,
Tiger King, which was after the Florida joke.
well, then the Israel the pork joke.
Oh, the Israel. That's right. So it's my turn.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what else is going on? Taylor Swift is sending stimulus checks to some of her out-of-work fans. Hey, I'm a Taylor Swift fan, said everyone in Smash Mouth.
Yeah. Not getting a lot of work. It's been, it's been a long time since there was a Shrek,
That's true.
Which is a funny word in and of itself.
Shrek. Aardvark.
Mm-hmm.
We're becoming Letterman now.
Yeah. It's fun.
Shrek.
It's fun to be him,
Yeah.
Unless you are him, I understand. But
Yeah.
So, UC Irvine students have held a drive for workers working on the coronavirus, medical workers dealing with the coronavirus. The planners of the event knew the drive was a rousing success when nobody showed up. See?
Yeah.
It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. If people had shown up,
it would have been a giant disaster.
Yeah. You don't want that at all.
Right. The National Guard would come and beat them up and stuff,
Yeah.
Yeah. It'd be horrifying. So.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Netflix has ordered an animated series based on the game Angry Birds. It's expected to be the most popular streaming series of 2010.
Jeez. It's a long time ago now. What a boring game.
I've never played it.
Yeah. It's good, Aardvark. Yeah.
Aardvark.
Yeah.
Angry Birds. How about an angry
Yeah.
Aardvark? Is that a train whistle?
Yeah, I think it's the sound of a phone in here or something. Let's see. What else is in the thing?
Don't know.
Oh. A major medical staffing company just slashed salaries and benefits for doctors and nurses fighting coronavirus, said a representative for the staffing company. If they were earning their salaries and benefits, how come we have so many more sick people? Duh. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Outsmarted.
That's a good point.
Yeah, you have to earn it by not we have more sick people. You're not doing your job. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
You're saying the medical community is just doing a bad job right now.
Exactly. That's my quote. My quote poster.
We're quoting you now.
Mm-hmm.
Roger. Hold on. Roger Waters of Pink Floyd has postponed his upcoming This Is Not a Drill tour. As it turns out, the tour was just a drill after all. So it was easy to just postpone that.
Yeah. Right. It doesn't. Why would you postpone a drill? But on the other hand, medical experts have warned that America's coronavirus response could be very similar to that of Italy, with the only difference is less zest and old world charm with the American buyers.
Yeah.
It's barely, nah, it's all right. Whatever.
Less Alfredo sauce.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, less greasy. That's
Yeah.
almost like offensive,
Almost.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, other music tour news. Ringo Starr has postponed his 2020 All-Star Band Tour due to the coronavirus.
Hmm.
Instead, he's working on a brand new song, We All Self-Quarantine in a Yellow Submarine.
What if it's we all live in a yellow quarantine? I don't know.
I mean, that would rhyme better.
Yeah, but maybe it's
Why would
not
a quarantine be yellow?
right. I don't know. I don't know. So the largest earthquake in decades has struck near Boise, Idaho. Tragically. Said Idaho residents, this has been the worst thing to come to Boise from California since Californians. I don't know. There's
Did
a
Californians go to Boise?
yes, yes. There's been a huge uptick in Californians moving to Boise, Idaho. Boise is one of the fastest growing cities in the country. People
I
don't.
didn't know that.
Yeah, hot market. There's an article recently about how they hate all the Californians coming and screwing up their, buying up all their houses and screwing them. Anyway, yeah. I think it was in the LA Times even. Anyway.
Well, Mariah Carey recently celebrated her 50th birthday. However, her friends didn't get her any birthday presents because they only know what she wants for Christmas.
Yeah. Very
She said many
popular.
times.
Very popular Christmas song.
It's true.
Yeah.
It went to #1 this past December.
Sheesh. Take that.
And the song is fine. The song's okay.
It's fun to listen to it like once a year, I
Yeah.
think. Yeah. It does. It definitely does get old, though. I will acknowledge
There's
that.
nothing wrong with it.
Yeah. There's
It's
nothing
okay.
wrong with it. Yeah. It's fine. It's a very high energy. It helps you properly,
Yeah.
So Zoom CEO has spoken out after incidents of, quote, Zoom bombing by hackers. Said the CEO, what are you going to do, use Skype? Yeah, right. Enjoy your meetings, I'm going back to quarantine. It's like, yeah, no one's going to use Skype. They're just going to keep using Zoom. Just grow up,
Yeah.
That's the whole thing.
I use, for my job, Microsoft Teams. Shout out to Microsoft Teams.
Do they have a video app on that?
Yeah,
I didn't know that. Good to know.
I did not know that.
Exactly. Microsoft
Can't
Teams.
do, Johnny.
No?
Did not know that. That wasn't very good, was it?
No. Not really.
Yeah, see, I told you I can't do it.
Uh-huh. What about Ed
Weird, wild...
McMahon?
What?
Ed McMahon.
Yeah, I can do that. You are correct, sir.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Johnny's just like, he's like sort of laughing all the time to himself,
Oh.
Well, but I mean, like, I don't know, like, Johnny he always has just like a little, he's like, like Jimmy Fallon is like a cracked out version of Johnny Carson, where it's just like way over the top,
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway,
is it my joke?
I think so. Yeah.
Well, more birthdays. Celine Dion recently celebrated her 52nd birthday. She actually forgot that it was her birthday, but it's all coming back to her now.
There we go. Perfect. Perfect in these times, you know.
Yes.
So, California Governor Gavin Newsom said, quote, "We need more Googles," as the company offers free Wi-Fi and Chromebooks to students. When asked for clarification of what he meant by that, Newsom continued, "We need more 10 to the 100th power. I know that sounds like a lot, but these are crisis times." You know, that's very dumb, but like, it's like a stupid joke, but you do need a little bit of knowledge about like Google, you know, means 10 to the
Yeah.
100th power. Very dumb. Anyway.
We need more of that. More
Right.
Googles.
Right. Should we do like one more joke a piece or something?
Sure.
Yeah.
Should I do like a hard news joke, or should I do a very soft news joke?
I think a soft news joke. Yeah.
What's the softest news joke I have?
Do you have
Say a
any
medium?
medium news jokes?
No, I'll do. Oh man, Tom Petty's former home has sold for $4.9 million. The buyer was hoping to pay less, but the seller stood his ground and would not back down.
Yeah, man, it's ironic in a way, you know.
And that's also one of his songs. It's weird that
Yeah.
that's what happened.
That's like what he would do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what the heck? Where was that joke? Oh, CBS News reports that due to the novel coronavirus, the Democratic National Convention cannot proceed as originally planned, which is to say, it cannot proceed as an absolute shit show. Yeah, it's kind of funny.
Ooh.
That's a hard news joke, you know,
Yeah.
in every way. It just
Look
did.
out, John
Yeah,
Oliver.
I know. I know. Yeah, I am very similar to him. I think, you know,
Yeah.
very
You see us
cerebral.
expand on that joke for 20 minutes.
Right, just
Oliver.
long after no one wants to hear it anymore, and then he like pretends like it's like important, like meaningful, like he taught you or something. You know? But after watching an episode, I'm like, oh, I learned a lot, and then it ends, and I'm like, I don't remember like anything that happened.
Yeah.
Like I didn't actually learn anything, but
In
anyway,
the moment you learn something.
in the
you
moment,
just
yeah.
forgot.
I'm like, whoa, that makes me angry, and then it ends, and I'm like, oh, I need to watch Tiger Kings again, you know?
Wait, you don't even watch that show.
No, I watched Lion King, you know?
Oh, yeah.
That was the big show last year, was Lion King. And then this year it's Tiger King. It's like...
What's next? Bear King? Oh, my. That's a joke, right?
That's joke zero, I think. So...
Can we get George Takei to say that joke? Because, oh my is what he says, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it's a joke, and then it's a Wizard of Oz reference, but, and he's saying it?
Yeah. Wizard of Oz references are definitely jokes, you know? Just inherently.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
should we choose which of our jokes are joke zero?
Yeah. I think I'll do this one. I don't know if it's my favorite joke, but I think it's a joke zero.
Mm-hmm.
And because it's a very formulaic. Florida has finally issued a stay-at-home order for the entire state, but residents can still leave home for essentials like food, toilet paper, and meth.
Meth. Yeah, that's a very joke zero.
Rule of threes.
And rule of Florida, too, you know?
That's true. And rule of meth.
Yeah. And my joke zero is UC Irvine students hold supply drive for masks for medical workers dealing with the coronavirus. The planners of the event knew it was a rousing success when nobody showed up. You know, the structure of it is very Joke Zero. I think, you know,
Yeah. It's a classic subverting of expectations.
subversion. Yes, exactly. It's very much like The Producers.
Is it?
Vaguely, in that to succeed is to fail. You know.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah. So I kind of made actually sense. So,
Yeah.
but what about you, viewers at home? We know you're at home. You obviously you're
You
at
better
home.
be at home.
Right.
Go home.
Right.
Stop watching this on your phone in a gathering of many people.
Right. I like it when people get all angry, you know, and they're like, seriously, go home. You know, like on computers and stuff, you know, and it's just
Yeah.
like, just, okay, like, I mean, whatever. Like, people know. Everyone knows. Just, you know, I'd be angry. It's all fine. But,
Yeah.
yeah.
Some people don't know.
Someone doesn't. We got a Joke Zero comment, actually.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. If you want to go onto
From
the
who, are
big
they
page. They say, I like the Mariah Carey joke, but they don't say if it's Joke Zero. So, point
Well, I
being.
appreciate it anyway.
Yeah. Maybe it'll get a
Thank
like
you.
on the comment.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, in any event, vote for the joke. If you want one of these jokes to be Joke Zero, then you
Yeah.
can, you can tell us which one. You can always, I know this is live, but what you have to understand is that once it's up, you can rewatch it and then watch it like at different parts and go back and forth. It's very crazy now.
That's
So,
the future.
yeah, the future is now, and it's not good. It's not very good. It's like one of the
Make
bad.
America great again.
Yeah, with a scary bad future. So,
Yeah.
all right, everybody. We'll see you next time on Joke Zero.
Joke.
Zero.